Okay, last question. You tweeted today a simple, quite insightful equation saying, imagine that every unit F of fame you picked up, S stalkers and H haters. So I imagine S and H are dependent on your path to fame, perhaps a little bit.
Well, it's not as simple. I mean, people always take these things literally when you have like 280 characters to explain yourself.
So you mean that's not a mathematical...
No, there's no law.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just said I put the word imagine because I still have a mathematician's desire for precision. Yes. Imagine that this were true.
But it was a beautiful way to imagine that there is a law that has those variables in it. And you've become quite famous these days. So how do you yourself optimize that equation with the peculiar kind of fame that you have gathered along the way?
I want to be kinder. I want to be kinder to myself. I want to be kinder to others. I want to be able to have heart. Compassion, these things are really important. And I have a pretty spectrumy kind of approach to analysis. I'm quite literal. I can go full Rain Man on you at any given moment. No, I can. Yeah. I can. It's facultative autism, if you like. And people are going to get angry because they want autism to be respected. But when you see me coding or you see me doing mathematics, I speak with speech apnea. Be right down to dinner, Yeah. We have to try to integrate ourselves, and those tensions between, it's sort of back to us as a worker and us as a soul. Many of us are optimizing one at the expense of the other. And I struggle with social media, and I struggle with people making threats against our families. And I struggle with just how much pain people are in. And if there's one message I would like to push out there, you're responsible. Everybody, all of us, myself included, with struggling. Struggle mightily because it's nobody else's job to do your struggle for you. Now, with that said, if you're struggling and you're trying to figure out how to better yourself and where you've failed, and where you've let down your family, your friends, your workers, all this kind of stuff, give yourself a break. If it's not working out, I have a lifelong relationship with failure and success. There's been no period of my life where both haven't been present in one form or another. And I do wish to say that a lot of times people think this is glamorous. I'm about to go, do a show with Sam Harris. People are going to listen in on two guys having a conversation on stage. It's completely crazy. I'm always trying to figure out how to make sure that those people get maximum value. And that's why I'm doing this podcast. Just give yourself a break. You owe us your struggle. You don't owe your family or your coworkers or your lovers or your family members success. As long as you're in there and you're picking yourself up, recognize that this new situation with the economy that doesn't have the juice to sustain our institutions has caused the people who've risen to the top of those institutions to get quite brutal and cruel. Everybody is lying at the moment. Nobody's really a truth teller. Try to keep your humanity about you. Try to recognize that if you're failing, if things aren't where you want them to be, and you're struggling and you're trying to figure out what you're doing wrong, what you could do, it's not necessarily all your fault. We are in a global situation. I have not met the people who are honest, kind, good, successful. Nobody that I've met is checking all the boxes. Nobody's getting all tens. So I just think that's an important message that doesn't get pushed out enough. Either people want to hold society responsible for their failures, which is not reasonable. You have to struggle, you have to try. Or they want to say you're 100% responsible for your failures, which is total nonsense.